all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Jungle.
Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Prime TV's main news, the headlines. PF cadres begin to fight over control of UTH bus station. Institute of Democracy speaks against adopting the constitution through a referendum. President Edgar Lungu leaves for Mfue on a working holiday. And in foreign news, 8 dead as plane crashes into Taiwan River. These and other interesting stories after this. Daniel Tonga. Patriotic Front PF cadres at UTH bus station have dragged each other to the police regarding on who should control the bus station. According to some PF cadres and bus drivers at the station, they claim that another group of PF cadres from Intercity Bus Terminus went to UTH bus station demanding to take over operations at the station. The drivers claim that the PF cadres also beat up some drivers, which resulted in a near fracas before dragging each other to Kawata police station. We have more in the following report.
The fight for control over bus stations and markets by PF cadres in Lusaka has continued to be the order of the day. On Wednesday, rival PF camps and bus drivers at UTH bus station dragged each other to the police following fights, which ensued on who takes over operations at the bus station. According to the drivers and some PF cadres found at the scene, claim that PF cadres mainly from Intercity Bus Terminus arrived at the bus station in 2 vehicles, ordering those found there to surrender the bus station to them.
Drivers were also PF. And even the president was like, Stephen card dam station, Stephen card dam market. So they did the books and card as yabo about the station. I program mapa, the program books. Number drivers. This is the Magada Watinga. One could not get from UTH Watenga Wareti. Batenga and Drama and Sirago ATM card. So no benefit of cashing one Tangela cashing. So the Danda and some drivers Marasa.
My driver was na mwanzo hapa Melepano. Wakupendele mkuru japa kula wachani. Wakupano japa mele mkuru kuna kutoka ndalama na mnyamula na mpeleka kumotoka. Na mafanga mabwela nae pani. PF tana chavi sote tazira tabwela na mele wenzeko. Maya walungu wakaisa papuanji japa mele watuma na makasa zirono japa mele watuma.
For others, all what they are calling for is a union which will be addressing their concerns.
The problem with Etukwete as drivers, we don't have an association to guide us. I can say a union. So people can do anything to us. Because they are cadres, they are what? But we are also cadres. We support the government of the day. That's how we are. We are not UPND. We support the government of the day. But some of them, because maybe they are known with my high position, they came to my stations harassing us, doing all sorts of things. Like today, they have gone away with our money. So we have been to Kawata police. That's why they are coming.
Just last week, rival PF camps at City Market clashed following a fight as they both claimed to be the right group to be in charge of the market. But President Edgar Lungu has directed the police to arrest anyone found engaging in such vices, describing them as criminals. Kalam Chima reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
President Edgar Lungu has left for Mfuwe on a 7 days working holiday. Speaking to journalists shortly before departure at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport, President Lungu says he will use the holiday to complete appointing his cabinet. President Lungu says he will be in and out of Mfuwe attending to other national duties and will travel to Zimbabwe and Angola during his working holiday. And President Lungu says he is in good health and is not going to Mfuwe to be nursed. The head of state has been accompanied to Mfuwe by First Lady Esther, Justice Minister Ngosa Simbiakula, and PF Secretary General Davis Chama, among others. Lusaka City Council LCC has served sermons on 126 business houses for trading without business levy and fire certificates. LCC Acting Public Relations Manager Mlunda Habenzu explains that those affected are mainly from shopping malls around the city of Lusaka. He says failing to pay levy is contrary to Statutory Instrument number 70 of 2011 and Statutory statutory instrument number 20 of 2012. Mr. Mulunda says if found guilty, the penalty attracts a jail sentence of not exceeding 2 years or a fine of 450 kwacha. Mr. Mulunda has since announced that the council has constituted a task force to conduct inspections in all business premises, advising business houses operating without legal documents to apply for such documents to avoid being inconvenienced. Mr. Mulunda announced this in an interview with Prime TV in Lusaka.
We have actually summoned about 126 shop owners. Mostly these are coming from these big shopping malls, Levy Junction, Southgate Mall, Manda Hill, Crossroads, and many others who have been operating without the business levy and the fire certificate, contrary to statutory instrument number 70 of 2011 and statutory instrument number 20 of 2012. So the law provides actually that any person, any individual who does business within a given jurisdiction of a local authority are supposed to pay a levy as prescribed in the schedule. But unfortunately, for some reasons, certain individuals have decided to not to actually apply for these documents, which allows them to operate.
Ministry of Home Affairs has urged Chinese investors to ensure that they adhere to Zambian labor laws. Home Affairs Minister Davis Mwila says investors coming into the country should abide by Zambian labor laws and ensure that workers are treated accordingly. He says in the past there have been cases of foreign investors mistreating Zambian workers, a situation he says his ministry will not hesitate to address and deport those found wanting. Mr. Mwila says the ministry is working with the Immigration Department to ensure foreign workers and companies coming into the country are meeting the required documentation. The minister said this when he met the Chinese ambassador Yang Yuming at his office in Osaka.
We've been bringing for the past years, and the Zambian people and us as government, we have benefited a lot in that jobs have been created for our people, and we hope that you continue investing more in our country. And as PF government, we have promised the people of Zambia that we will create jobs for our people. So our people are very expectant, they are very anxious to see that jobs are created. So with those investments which are coming from your country, I want to say that we are grateful as a country, and we hope that you continue.
And Chinese Ambassador Yang Yuming has congratulated Zambians in the manner in which they conducted themselves during the just-ended elections. Ambassador Yuming has reaffirmed his country's commitment to working with the new government and the people of Zambia. He says his government will continue with its investment in the country and ensure that more Zambians are empowered through the provision of jobs.
The mutually beneficial relations between our two countries. And I also wish to assure you that there will be a continued investment from China, and we see this investment and economic cooperation and trade cooperation between our two countries are beneficial to both of our people and to both of our governments. So we would like to see this mutually beneficial relationship continuing in the future, not only continuing.
Foundation for Democratic Process, FODEP, says has commended Zambians for the smooth transition of power. FODEP Executive Director McDonald Chipenzi says the January 20th election managed to set a good precedent to other countries and the world at large. He has observed that despite a few complaints of election flaws, various candidates took the overall announcement of the winning candidate with maturity. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, FODEP says the end of an election should not deter losing candidates to continue campaigning. He says the coming in of a new government means continuation of campaigns, hence it is not right that the opposition should be condemned for equally doing so.
Could be done, and this is how we live. We have shown the world, and we must be proud of ourselves as Zambians, that even when we have issues, we allow smooth transition to take place. We don't take issues because we know it's a contest. Actually, a loss is a learning point for an improvement next time. So I think we want to encourage all those that lost elections that now it's time to start. And this is why we don't agree as FODEP. When people say, why are they campaigning? Because the elections have ended. No. When the election ends, it doesn't mean that the campaigns stop. Government that is ushered in start campaigning just there. By way of appointment, by the way of development, taking development. But a lot of things happen as a way of campaign. That's why if you saw in this campaign, people are saying the PF had delivered. So when they were instituting that developmental activities, it was a way of campaigning.
We're now taking our first break. Stay with us if you can for other interesting stories when we return.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Welcome back, and now other stories. Business houses in Mpulungu district have called on ZESCO Limited to provide enough power to boost industries in the area. Some businessmen say Mpulungu is a growing district with huge potential to attract investors. They have stressed that power supply is too low, and this has affected the operation of businesses in the district. The businessmen have charged that selling fish and putting up businesses can only be supported by enough power supply. The businessmen were speaking to Prime TV News in an interview in Mpulungu district.
Totera sana nishi watu wafu apanfonga fa bale bonti ama light swefi at least nishi business yeso yakula yako pamundu nishi twatotera sana kufyo bala tubombera emkwai so ifisa binali bela onaika kumna ndo kwa chama light yale stanga yaya yabwera so esabiri lili panchi sana pa mafriji instalire kwata china nikachere cha malaiti yako batiliko esabiri so I felt saying that esabiri nalionaika so tutemutu amishana ngoli mwa benedi nalionaika lyako yaposa
tifilya fintu efitwafu okuti twikale bwino mukati kaino nchende nga tulebomba i business ninshina ifwe tulesekera boba mulandi wakwe bati ifi fintu tafire ya libiri emkwai.
International Institute of Democracy and Conflict Resolution, IIDCR, has proposed for the adoption of the Constitution through a Constituent Assembly as opposed to a referendum. IIDCR President Trustford Chomba says adopting a constitution through a referendum is costly and tantamount to holding a general election. Mr. Chomba says government should not be blackmailed by selfish individuals into having a constitution through a referendum but a constituent assembly. He adds that having a referendum is not possible because even rich countries cannot afford the referendum alongside a general election. And Mr. Chomba has stated that the 50+1 and running mate clauses cannot work in the current political voting scenario. This was contained in a letter addressed to the Minister of Justice Ngosa Simbiakola and made available to Prime TV. The Zambia Road Safety Trust has donated medicated health antibacterial soap to accident victims at the University Teaching Hospital, UTH. Trust Chairman Daniel Mwamba says the donation will help many victims of the accidents. Mr. Mwamba says the donation is also in line with the commemoration of the National Day of Remembrance for Road Accident Victims in Zambia, which falls on Saturday. About 2,000 people are reportedly killed in traffic clashes each year, and Zambia has less than 0.02% of the world's registered vehicles, but almost 14 times the proportion of fatalities from road traffic accidents.
In this world, the trust will be donating today new Yovo medicated health antibacterial soap, which we believe that this donation will benefit at least 100 victims. We hope that this donation will help the UTH administration and the victims to recover quickly. The donation will be in commemoration of the National Day of Remembrance for road traffic victims in Zambia, which will be held on Saturday, this Saturday, 7th of February, from 14 hours to 16 hours at the Anglican Cathedral of the Holy Cross. Commemorating this day will serve as an important reminder that these crashes and injuries and fatalities are preventable. It's the day that Zambians should stop to recognize and remember those individuals who have lost their lives on one of our national roads.
United Party for National Development, UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema has assured people that the dream for a better Zambia has just been deferred to 2016. Mr. Hichilema says UPND still believes that the cost of living for Zambians is way beyond people's earnings, even worse for council workers that have not been paid. He adds that it is sad that civil servants have to grapple with the wage freeze and youths are jobless, partly due to the rise in the retirement age. Mr. Hichilema says it is unacceptable that Zambians should continue wallowing in abject poverty in a country that is endowed with huge natural resources simply because of having a leadership that has no vision. He said this in a statement released to Prime TV in Lusaka. We now take our second break. Join us for other stories when we are back.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure
welcome back. Now in foreign news. Jordan has hanged 2 Iraq jihadists, one a woman, in response to an Islamic State video showing a captured Jordanian pilot being burnt alive in a cage by the hardline group. Islamic State had demanded the release of the woman Sajida al-Shishawi in exchange for a Japanese hostage whom it later beheaded. Sentenced to death for her role in a 2005 suicide bomb attack in Amman, Rishawi was executed at dawn, a security source and state television said. Jordan also executed a senior Al-Qaeda prisoner, Ziwadi Kaboli, an Iraq man who was sentenced to death in 2008. And finally, in our news, at least 8 people have died after a Trans-Asian airline plane clipped a bridge and crashed into a river near Taiwanese capital Taipei. 58 people were on board the domestic flight and a number of people were reportedly injured. Taiwan's Central News Agency CNA broadcast footage of the plane almost submerged in the Kilang River. Rescue teams are alongside the plane trying to rescue about 30 people still trapped inside. The ATR-72 had just taken off from Taipei Songshan Airport and was headed to outlying Kinmen Island just off the coast of southeast China, CNA said. Footage of the plane apparently filmed from inside passing cars showed it banking sharply, hitting a taxi and clipping the bridge before crashing into the river. For these and other stories, we monitored Al Jazeera.
Jordan has executed 2 people, including the woman ISIL had demanded in exchange for a Jordanian pilot who was held captive by the group. Sajida al-Rashawi was on death row for her role in bomb attacks in Amman more than 9 years ago, in which 60 people died. The executions come after Jordan promised swift retaliation for the killing of its pilot, Moaf al-Kasazbeh. ISIL released a video on Tuesday which purportedly shows him being burned alive. At least 19 people are dead and more than 15 people have been rescued. More than half of the passengers are Chinese nationals. An arrest warrant for Argentina's president has been found in the home of a prosecutor who died under mysterious circumstances in January. The lead investigator into the death of Alberto Nisman says the 26-page warrant was discovered in the garbage. Nisman had accused President Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner of helping cover up Iran's alleged involvement in a 1994 bombing of a Jewish center in Buenos Aires.
And as we end the news, we take a look at what made the headlines. PF cadres begin to fight over control of UTH bus station. Institute of Democracy speaks against adopting the constitution through a referendum. President Edgar Lungu leaves for Mfue on a working holiday. And in foreign news, 8 dead as plane crashes into Taiwan River. And that's just about what we had on the news. Remember, the recorded version of this bulletin can also be found on our website, www.ptvzambia.com. This has been Daniel Tonga. Thank you so much for your time, and bye-bye for now.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.